Welcome to the next class, Thursday evening class, and this class is called Chess in the Romantic Era. So that means a lot of, you're gonna see a lot of sacrifices, okay, from all times. And so I found 2 games today to show you, okay. So if we have some time left afterwards, these are miniatures, you know, like nice short games. And afterwards, if we have time, we'll do some puzzles. So I want to make sure you paying attention. Then we're gonna do a little test, okay, to see how well you remember this. So the first game I have Josep Tolosa against Joan Carbo. They're not really known chess players, but played more than 100 years ago in Barcelona. So it was just really nice game, pretty game. Knight c3, knight f6, f4. Name of the opening. This used to be very popular opening back in the days, in the beginning, you know, like 100 years ago. This used to be very popular. So what is this called? Yes?
Vienna game?
Vienna game. Vienna. Okay? So I presume it was played in Vienna in the beginning, in Austria, and then in one of the tournaments. So bishop b4. I always thought d5 was the right approach here. But again, this game is played in 1898, so back then there was not that much theory. This is a move. Bishop d6, castle. Bishop b4. Bishop c4. This is going to get really wild here in a little bit. Takes. And black goes d5, says, you know, I'm going to break that center. Okay. White takes. Now he takes back with the knight. And now we see things are starting to hang a little bit for white. For example, if you take the pawn here, this is going to be a blunder. Why? Should be more hands. Why is this a blunder? Do you see? So again, you have to look at the entire board to see it. What is the idea? Ashish. Queen h4. Check. Check. And takes. Queen h4 check and picks up the queen. Got it? So he goes here. That's why white didn't take. He played queen f3. Now you cannot take back with a pawn because you're going to drop a knight. So he took back with a knight. Now, okay, white is like, doesn't look like his opening was a big success here. So he's stuck, you know. He's down a pawn, it's difficult position, so it says, okay, let me play this move at least. Again, these are not known players, so we don't know how strong they were. But white does some very impressive combination at the end, so you probably will enjoy this. So now, black again is on this offense. He goes knight g2 check. He just wants to completely destroy white. But now this backfires badly. Okay, here, if black just plays bishop e6, you know, he should be much better. Knight c6, you know, black is just better here. So he takes, check. And from the beginning, it looks like, for a moment, it looks like it's a brilliant sacrifice. Wins another pawn, now check, picks up the bishop. But there's a little problem here. After he takes this, he takes here. And now he says, where are you going now? Look at that rook now. Cannot go here, takes. Cannot go here, bishop is here. Gets really messy now. He goes check. Now the king is under attack. Now white is going to be losing the rook. So So he goes king f2. Black is like, okay, not much I can do, so let me take this rook. And now white plays very clever. He doesn't rush to take on h8. Okay? He doesn't rush to take on h8 here. So what does he play here? Calculate, Adi. Try not to just say the move, just see the whole thing. Again, you can take the rook, no problem. But what else? Yes?
Maybe rook e1?
You could go rook e1, but then he has time to develop his knight and protect the position a little bit. So it's not so clear. He develops the knight and protects the position.
Knight f3.
Correct. He takes the rook now. Now we're down 2 rooks. So here we need to find a way to mate. Otherwise, it's not going to be very good. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good Adi. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5. That looks very strong, I have to tell you. I think he took first. He's trying to go for a forcing line, but I'm not seeing a defense here. Anybody sees a defense against queen h8? This might be even stronger, yeah? Okay, there's some c5 move, but I don't know if this is going to result into anything, but okay. He took. And now 95 probably wins too, Adi. Yes, Ashish.
95,
Correct.
queen.
Correct. Okay, maybe I could also go to f5, but I think just queen f7. If king f5, who can show me the mate? Yes, go ahead.
Queen f7, king e5, bishop e7, king check, king e6, queen f6.
That's just mate. It's always going to be a mate in a position like this. And if he takes here, checkmate. So that's why he went this way. Now you have mate in 3 basically. Whatever happens, it's mate in 3 here. Yes.
Queen f7, king e5. Oh, queen f3, d4.
Look at that finish. Checkmate the king in the middle of the board with d4. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful checkmate. Nice miniature. Okay. Take a good look at the final position. Now I'm going to test you to see if you remember these 19 moves. Okay. Are you ready to review now? Okay, let's see. First move, let's go. Huh?
E4. Knight C3. F4.
Name of the opening. Vienna game. Remember, Vienna.
Bishop C4.
Yeah, this bishop c4, I'm not sure. I think it's a little bit questionable move. Probably f takes c5 is better.
E2.
Yeah, it's important because you cannot take once again. Why can't you take? Adi. Queen h4 check, picks up the bishop on c4. Takes. Bishop a3. I mean, black is better here. He just needs to take white's attack seriously and play like knight c6, bishop e6. I mean, if he does this, there's no question, but white is going to prevail here and then go long castle. But he just, this is, I would call this adventurous play. Instead of just playing properly, developing the pieces, white gets adventurous, and now he gets punished for that. Go ahead.
Queen take G2.
Check.
Queen check.
Huh?
Knight F3.
Queen takes h8. Knight e5 might be good too, but queen 8 is a forcing mate. Queen h8. Okay, king f5 leads to mate check. Check. And mate. If it goes king d5, check. Check and mate. Now,
Queen take F7. Queen F3. D4.
checkmate. Excellent. Nice work. Let's get to the next game that I prepared to show you. This player you would know for sure. Paul Morphy played in New Orleans against Eugene, Rousseau. Let's go. E4. So again, I'll show you the game first. F4. Again, playing the king's gambit, okay? Now pawn takes. Knight f3. G5. Very aggressive approach by black. I mean, this is playable, but it's very, very risky. So immediately h4 played to attack. Knight g5. h6. Knight f7. King f7. Excuse me. Queen takes g4. Queen f6. Bishop check. Development. Black king is stuck in the middle of the board, and white is just down a piece but developing. Developing and threatening knight d5 check, so this is the correct way to play. Now the threat is knight d5, so c6 is played. So c6 is played. e5, attacking the queen. takes king d1. Now threatening to play rook e1. So if I was a sacrifice to be able to bring the rook in. King c5. Again, black is up a full piece, and if he managed to develop his pieces, he will be winning here. Now bishop g8 takes the piece back. So maybe why not queen g7? Maybe queen g7 could have been played. And now he played the move d5, attacking on the queen. And now we see a very nice idea here. Let's see if you can find this idea. And I need you to also tell me the name for this tactic. What is the name for this tactic?
Rook to e8.
And what's the name for this tactic?
That I don't know. Just
Decoy. Decoy sacrifice, sometimes referred as deflection. Okay? Decoy or deflection, yeah? Now deflecting the king from the defender. Continue.
Queen takes bishop.
Queen takes bishop check. Now. Knight takes d5. Look at that sacrifice. You cannot take back with the queen. Bishop takes it. If you take with the pawn, you're dropping the queen. So you have to go here, only move, and now you have a very neat finish. Yes.
Queen e6.
Yeah, that's how Morphy played back in the day, you know? The first unofficial, I believe, world champion. They didn't have a world championship cycle, or they didn't have unofficial.
Is there actually two checkmating positions
I
here? Is e6 also?
yes. Yeah, whichever you prefer. You prefer this, that's fine. That's still a checkmate. Okay. That is still a checkmate. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Let's review the game now. Okay? Take a good look at the final position. I believe he played queen c7. So let's put it this way. So it's a 17 move miniature by Paul Morphy. Okay, ready? All right, let's go. Go ahead.
Knight f3. h4. Knight g5.
Yeah, this queen f6, I'm not sure. I think knight f6 is a playable move.
Is
Bishop
knight takes
c4.
f7? Is that a solid move, or is
Well,
it
what else to do? Knight is trapped already. The
Yeah,
knight
well,
is
I know,
trapped.
but I mean, to get yourself in that position.
Well, I thought they played bishop c4 here.
Yeah.
I think bishop c4 is the move here. With the current little bit more modern computers, they say bishop c4 you can play. Still extremely sharp. But here you have to, because you're going to lose the knight, and if you lose the knight, you cannot even take back. It's got this check. So you have to.
Queen takes e4. Queen f6. Queen f6.
Bishops.
Knight c6. e5. King d1. Rook e1. Queen c5. Bishop takes g8.
Again, I don't know why you didn't play queen g8 here.
Minus
Looks
6.
like much better move. No, queen g7. Sorry, queen g7 here. Now?
D5. Rook E8. King take E8. Queen take C8. King E7. Knight takes D5.
Yeah. Now, if he takes with the queen, you just take, okay?
Queen C7.
Excellent.
Who do you play against the against Gambit? Which line do you play? If you're a black,
Sorry?
if you're a black playing against the against Gambit.
Yeah, I like this line. I don't like to get involved with this stuff. It's, to me, this is too much. I like this d5 move here.
D5? Oh.
Yeah. Because now take and you play knight f6. I like this.
Do you like to take the pawn in the King's Gambit?
Yeah, I haven't played too many games, but I know this is a theory, and now you're just gonna take with a knight. So take. Because there were some players who play this actually consistently. So this is a theory like this. I think this is okay for. I think this is a very reasonable position for black here.
What's your opinion
With two
on
bishops.
the D5 before taking
Um,
the Falkbeer counter gambit?
yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, this is also very interesting. Takes. White basically has to take here, and then you have e4, and you also have take, right? You have two different. Yeah, I mean, I think they're all playable. You just need to do a little bit of work, a little bit of analysis, you know. Then you will be able to do it. Okay. Very good. So let's do now a couple of more positions, okay? So this we're not going to be doing study, so we're going to just do some hard positions, okay? Okay. White to play and win. Breakthrough, okay? So take your time and try to calculate as many lines as possible, okay? It's quite a lot of calculation you have to do here, okay? Quite a lot. So about 7 move calculation I want, so I don't want to move the pieces, so I want to give you plenty of time to do that, okay? White to play and win, you need to play like a former world champion, Ruslan Ponomariov against Wang, one of the top Chinese grandmasters. Oh, shit, 7 moves. You calculated everything? Shish is always raising his hand. Okay, please raise your hands if you calculate everything. 7 move calculation.
Okay, I think I have it.
Okay, 2 students we have now. Claudio, got it? No? Claudio has it? All right. Let's see here. Minute, another additional minute for you. Calculate, please. There are not so many ideas you have in this position. Okay. Okay, who wants to go for the answer? right?
So 2 moves really stick out to me, but one, it looks like needs to be played before the other.
Okay,
So bishop takes h6, going up a pawn.
going up a pawn, threatening a deadly knight g5.
Right.
Deadly, so he has to accept the sacrifice.
And only now can we play rook takes e6.
Sacrificing the rook. You sacrifice the bishop already. Now, in addition to that, you sacrifice the rook. You gotta have the follow-up to make this work, though.
Queen g6 check. Captures. Queen g6 check.
You have a draw. We have a draw in the pocket. Okay? Do we want to take the draw or we push for a victory? Push. How do we push, though? That's the question. How do we push? Yes?
Knight g5.
Knight g5. Look at that move. Threatening mate. Mate on. Threatening mate on 7. Now he goes here. And now, look at that. Takes, check. Winning endgame. Queen versus rook and knight. So in the game he took. Van Yue took, and he was counting on this check, you know. But now the check is met by cover-up check. And the knight, even though the knight is pinned, this is still considered the check. Okay? Even though it's pinned, but it's still a check. And now black has to sacrifice his queen, which will lead to winning position. Any questions? No? All right. Moving forward now, okay? It's black to play, okay? Black to play and win in this position. Okay? So let me flip the board. This is a game between two players. The player with the black piece is a strong Grandmaster Gupta. Okay? So how did he manage to win this game? So black to play and win. White is up a pawn. It seems like he is good, well enough coordinated. His pieces are protecting the f2 square. It seems like he's covering it. Again, you have to calculate at 4 moves, okay? Your main line is 4 moves. 4 move calculation, okay? Your main line. Your main line is 4 move calculation. Okay. Ashish is raising his hand always. Ashish, let's calculate. Don't rush. Again, it seems like white is just very compact, and that makes it difficult to break this position because he's so compact and protects everything. But even in a compact positions, you can find tactics to discoordinate his pieces. Okay, that's what this idea works. You discoordinate opponent's pieces and then you take advantage of it. How did Grandmaster Gupta won this game? Please raise your hand if you have the whole ideas. The whole thing?
I think so. It's hard to be certain sometimes.
Okay, only two participants. Claudio in the back, no? Maybe. Claudio knows it, but he doesn't raise his hand, though, usually. Okay. Anybody else? No? Claudio, you want to start?
Is it 98?
Knight takes f2. All right, that's correct start. Okay. Now, white has two options here. Rook takes or knight takes. If he takes with the rook, what do you play? f5. And now this guy cannot move because the rook is hanging. Okay? It's the loose piece now. He goes here. We take. He cannot take with the knight. You take only one. He has to take back with the queen. And then f takes e4. Okay. Winning the game. So that's why he plays knight takes f2. Now what is the idea? Claudio, you have it? Ashish knows it. Huh? Takes?
Bishop.
Bishop e3, a very, very nice move, yes. A quiet move that sets up the move rook d2, which cannot be stopped. And all of black's pieces are entering now into the game, okay? All of black pieces are entering the game. And if you cannot play bishop d3, you're pinned. Your queen cannot do anything. And if you go king g2 trying to escape, rook d2 comes in, attacking the queen and on f2 as well. Any questions? So let's look at this position again. It looks very hard to break through, but you start out with his tactic. Takes f5. Now wins the game, and if he takes back with the knight, you sacrifice, and you have the bishop, rook going to d2. Got it? Okay. Got it? Thank you everybody for coming, and see you next time.